It looks very dark. Let me just see what it looks like. In today's video, I'm pretty much going to be taking you through how I've gone from this, lockdown one's kit, gym, whatever you want to call it, which was minimal load, minimal resistance, and to be honest, I just ended up quitting on training altogether in the end, to now this. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So in this video, I'm going to break it down to stages, and stage one was pretty much just basically acquire the main basis of the kit so I could pretty much do something with training outdoors. Now, this piece of kit was the first piece that I acquired, and this was the rack. I believe this was 100 or 230 quid. I'll give a full cost breakdown further down the video, but obviously, as you can see, not ideal. You don't want your partner deadlifting the bar onto you to be able to bench press, so there was kind of some changes that I needed to make along the lines as we move through. Now, one of these changes was in stage two, where we acquired the gazebo, and this was probably the main and one of the biggest changes that we made to the back, just due to it obviously being January in the UK and it pissing down. Now, the one thing that you want to obviously try and avoid when you're putting up the gazebo is probably a full-blown domestic. Like, any minor kind of confrontation is going to be okay, and that's kind of to be expected by any couples when they're building the gazebo in the back garden. But this went pretty well. This was a 3x3 gazebo, bought off Amazon for 200 quid, and it served its purpose very well. But as you can see, it's freezing outside by the signs of my head's full on smoking. Now, the gazebo we then added the sides to, and this was ideal just because when it started raining at first, we just left the roof on and all the kits pretty much got pissed wet through. Not ideal. So we put the sides on, and then we named the gazebo / the gym Mazzy HQ. And the reason for this was just short for Massive HQ, which is what the tent, the gazebo, the gym was designed to do. Now, when we first named it, Lucy thought it was short for Manchester HQ, which is obviously not correct, but hey, there you go. So this is now stage 3. This just arrived from MiraFit today. It's going to be our bench presser thing and dip station. So now I'm just going to drag this out, take it into Mazzy HQ and start phase 3. And there we have Mazzy HQ. So far, this doesn't come included, by the way. I found this absolute weirdo just lurking around here. However, we'll take offers in the description box below. If we want to start at maybe
I start at
a prawn sandwich. Prawn sandwich. This is where we're up to so far. So this is the ISO lift rack that we already had previously, just sitting in the back garden. Obviously, we've got the gazebo. It's quite dark in here today, isn't it?
I feel like we do usually have a light as well.
Yeah. So we got this, like, I think it's 3x3 meters. So it actually looks like when you're inside, pretty big.
It's massive. To be fair, for like you don't need bigger. A
little bit like me.
Yep.
And then this, we've got our box. I'm going to go through some of the kit in here, and I'll also go through the prices of them, where we got them from, and leave all the links in the description so you can pick those up as well. Obviously, we've got USM protein drink, RTD, again, link in description. Our step is Lucy's hip thrusting off, bench. I'll run through all the kit anyway individually, but first we're just going to go and set up the bench. So we're going to get cracking with this, see how we get on with it, so long and take the build. We've got the bench from MiraFit, so I think that came in at £100 exactly. Again, I'll put the exact shopping list below in the description so you can find everything, but it's pretty ideal. I'm going to have to fucking refilm this bit. So a little pro tip, bread knife for opening packages. Don't be an absolute peasant opening it with a butter knife with a beer all day.
I hope it'll like hold your weight.
The main thing is, as long as I can do dips, I don't end up... Oh shit, I've only just sawn part of the fucking bench. Fucking hell, what have they take this up for?
Are you using the bread knife?
Yeah, I just said that. Oh, you fucker. Fucking cut myself. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus, turn it round when you pass it knife to people.
Oh, you're fine. Sorry, that's on it.
To be fair, that looks quite easy to set up.
Bench is pretty thick as well, to be fair.
Got all these screws. We've got everything made.
Why is stuff like when you're building so fucking confusing by it? Nothing's ever simple. You never get a DIY package, do you? And it's just like, oh, this looks pretty easy to build.
To be fair, I feel like this might be quite self-explanatory.
Okay, so we need to get this platform thing set up first.
How the fuck do you screw that in? So you need one of these.
Just we need a spanner to put them on. You can't do it otherwise.
If it doesn't come with one, by the way.
I know, it's fucking stupid. So we basically had a bit of a schoolboy error. And when I say schoolboy error, I mean we had no tools. So we just had to nip to Tesco and get one of these flexible spanner sets, 5-piece to improve performance from Tesco. 16 quid this was. I could have paid the guy from probably Mira Fit to come and build it for 20 quid. Including the spanner, this was 4 quid as well. So if you buy one of these Mira Fit benches, just make sure you're not a tool and I've got the tool to do the job. So take 2. So we are part 2. Bench.
Let's do it.
Let's go. We've got the pole turned back round, we've got the little bench set up, sliding in. Happy days. There she is, built the dip station. Now what I'm going to do as well, I'm also going to pop up, if you can see the size of this bench, and then I'm going to put up the image of what it looks like when you order it. So it looks like it's like gone through kind of like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids moment. So it looks a lot smaller. Like if we put the bar on it now. So it's like Honey I Shrunk the Kids, like it's a tiny little setup, isn't it? Like you grip it from there, and then to be fair, that's alright though. Getting that was the bench. What I'll do, I think you just drop this down and it turns into an incline, but we started the build at 11, now 3 o'clock. Fair enough, we took an hour lunch break, but just be prepared to have some time and some patience on your side when you're building it. So as you can probably see, I just brought the barbell into the gym. We usually keep this inside the house because basically we don't want the bar to look like it's been painted with a tin of baked beans. But this is the rack. So this is something that we actually picked up from ISOLIFT. It's pretty sturdy, nice and thick, got a lot of gear. The bars obviously move up and down as well, so you can do pull-ups off here, which is ideal, or inverted rows or any kind of pulley stuff. And then we can also bench from here as well as the bench that we've got behind. This ISOLIFT rack was actually got a price list here. It was £280. It's probably the most expensive part of the gym build, but it's probably the key fundamental piece that sits inside the gym. It's very versatile. Probably get one maybe cheaper somewhere else, or there's going to be ones that are more expensive as well, but 280 quid quite good for this one. This is from ISOLIFT. Again, I'll tag it in the description. I actually got gifted this, so whether you want to pick it up from somewhere else, it's up to you. We obviously save quite a bit of money by getting this gifted. The barbell we also got from ISOLIFT, really good Olympic barbell. This was £155. So again, you may be able to pick up cheaper barbells, but potentially going to be a pile of shit. So you've got to kind of reason with it. It's something that you're going to use a lot. A barbell is pretty versatile, so I think it's worth a spend of 155 quid. However, you can probably spend about 100 quid and still get like semi decent barbell. Also comes with a little landmine pulley, and you can add these additionally to them. So that's great as well, just for doing any rowing movements, any Sven pressing, any pushing. So the other thing that I actually got, which is absolutely sick, is this cable pulley system. So because we've got the rack, again, we can put a cable pulley system over this. There you go. So I got this one from Amazon, like £59. Again, I'll link it in the description. Again, quite versatile. Add the plates to this. I've been doing like tricep push downs, I've been doing face pulls, I've been doing straight arm pull down to back. There's a lot of pulling movements we can do with it. Again, it's one of those things you don't have to add to the gym, but I just find it offers a little bit more. You can probably use a band as a replacement, but for 59 quid, the versatility that you get out of it, again, the space that actually takes up is probably quite ideal. Again, you can probably hook it onto a wall if you had a wall next to your gazebo. It's pretty ideal. It's also pretty decent if you want to avoid doing compounds and just do some isolation stuff or some more bro stuff and feel like you're actually in a gym environment, because at the end of the day, there's only so much band shit you can take and whipped in the face and whatever other shit's going on with it. So cable for me just gives me a little bit more feel like I'm actually in a gym environment. Obviously, one of the main things that you've got to take into consideration is your foundations and the surrounding area. So these rubber mats just offer a little bit more sturdiness, also stop you from going through your flooring. I.e., if you've got on like a wooden decking, then it's going to take a little bit of shock absorbance. It's easy to wipe off, it looks pretty clean, and it's also going to stop you from kind of going 4 foot deep. Now the actual pricing for these was £41.99 per mat, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times £41.99 is £335.92. That's quite expensive for flooring, but if you think about how much of a vital part it's going to play, it's a job well done. You've got to build from the foundations up. Again, these are from Amazon, so I'll leave them in the link. Yes, get yourself some flooring. Got this pretty nifty little like garden box thing, which is like 40 or 50 quid. Just keep like everything nice and neat away from the gym. Just pop all the weights back in the box once they finish demolishing me. And that's all she wrote. That's the work I've done. Like, there's enough space to do everything and get all the kit around. And this box, as I was saying, this is like 40, 50 quid. I think Lucy's mum got this. I'll probably get like a bit of a sturdy one because it started to bend, but it keeps all the kit away, keeps everything nice and clean and tidy. And with the gazebo, like I said, it was about 200 quid.
I think it was 200 quid, yeah.
200 quid. Even like the few little drips, like, it doesn't really make a massive difference to flooring. Flooring dries up pretty quick, especially when you're outside, and it keeps the heat in quite well. So like when you're in, I said, you do get a bit of a sweat on. But yeah, this is like the whole gym. Like the whole gym now. So like the racks in, flooring's in, the bench is in, no matter how small it might be. So maybe you just make it look smaller because you're so big. I actually do think you make it. I would be okay next to it, but you look absolutely massive. I always get photos here from now and then. Obviously the lighting isn't ideal, you can't win all the battles. So what we'll usually do later on is we usually bring the light in. If you're going to be filming stuff, then that's ideal, but what I'll do now is I'll just run you through a quick price list of all the bits put together, how much the total cost in, and just some accessories that I would add in the near future, if you need to. The total price of Maz HQ comes to a massive whopping £1,380.91. That's including the IsoLift bar, Olympic barbell, the IsoLift rack, the plates, I think it goes up to 190 kilos, the bumper plates inclusive of that, the ones that look like a wheel that you robbed off someone's car, the dumbbell and kettlebell I didn't include, but I've included the price in the final bit, so you can probably pick up like a dumbbell or a kettlebell for 100 quid. Again fast as the one that I've linked below. The setup, we've also got a set of dumbbells which are 8 kilos, but we've lent those, don't use them a lot, so I haven't included those in the price because they weren't actually in the gym as I was going through. We've also got a landmine handle which is in the box, that was £40 as well. You can pick one of those up from eBay. The cable we went for, that was 60 quid from Amazon. The mats equal £335, the gazebo is 200 quid, and that brings our product list to a grand total of £1,380.91. Now, do you really need to spend this much on a home gym? Well, it's kind of up to you, mate, but the one thing that me and Lucy were talking about yesterday that is massively helped with is relieve stress and anxiety, especially if you're someone who's really into the gym. Spend that extra little bit of money to kit out a whole home gym if you don't have the space at home, which then allows you to have some space away from where you eat, sleep, shit, do everything else in your day, and your working day is great. So it's up to you and just how much you prioritize your exercise and how much you want to progress. Like, it is quite difficult to progress your training, your body and your exercise at home, but if you have a space and you have more load or you have more kit to be able to do so, it gives you a lot more selection and variance when it comes to training. At the end of the day, it stops us just from being boring as shit when you're just using bands. I've also just comprised a list of accessories that I've also gathered together, which have helped my training a lot, and I think these have a lot of bang for the buck in consideration for what you can do. So you might have seen me use the wedge when I was squatting, that was £7.95. I've got some additional bands, so if you haven't got a lot of load, you can add those to the barbells, the dumbbells when you're doing work. They were £30.99 from Amazon. I've got some BFR bands, which you may have seen me use when I was doing lunges in the gym. So they're good for doing blood flow restriction training. I'm not going to go into that today, but they were £30, no they weren't, they're £22.95. I've got some long bands as well, which is £17. They were as well from Amazon. And then I've also got some cuffs which I picked up from Amazon. They're just good for doing the lateral raises and gives a slightly different feel when doing banded work. So they came to £13.99, and that brings accessories in total to £92.88. Now again, you don't need all these. They're just some things that you can add to your cart additionally. So for all the bits of kit that I've been through in today's video, I'll leave it all in the description for you. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop it a like. If this is your first time visiting my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. I'm finna jump for the shit, all top when I speak, all cap with the speech till they caught up in the